phone to my... No, I don't want to power off. It keeps doing that. Oh, that's why. Okay. Is that working? Okay. Hi, everyone. First of all, I'd like to apologize for that awful thumbnail I took. It is terrible. Alright. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. I look really gross because I haven't showered in quite a bit because my water heater's broken and I'm not about to take a cold shower because anyways. I was gonna say something weird. I did already. Anyways, how's everyone doing? What's up, Sarahi Mendez, Perla Tafun, Galactic Dinosaur, Haley Hernandez? How's everybody doing today on this fine Wednesday? I'm gonna pull up the chat here real quick. So today's theme is old people. Sounds weird. So today I've got 5 stories for you, all about grandparents, grandmas, grandpas, great-great-grandparents. And as always, we're going to start with the riddle. But before I get into that, hey, Zan7, thanks for that super chat. Before we get into that, real quick, are you guys part of our Snarled Discord channel? If you're not, why? It's completely free. Literally, there's no reason not to. The address for that is discord.gg/snarled, and you can go ahead and talk to me and Courtney and Dana and Rachel. I think Megan's on it now. So yeah, go hang out with us. It's a fun time. Don't forget to subscribe to Snarled if you haven't. And that's all. That's all I got for you right now. All right, you guys ready for your riddle? As always, I will tell you guys a riddle, and then at the end of the stream, I will give you the answer if you haven't guessed it already. So this is sort of like there's no really like question. It's like I'm just gonna tell you like a little story, and then you kind of have to figure out like why it's creepy. That doesn't really make sense. You guys ready? Oh, I'm a little stuffy. Ugh. Hey, Christina Munoz, thanks for that super chat. You're for a super gal. I think you're a gal. I don't know. Cool. All right, ready? This one's called Older Man. Hey, Anime Lover 2004. Oops. Oh, no. Sorry if that's, like, really shaky. Because my little stand is kind of weird. Anyways, all right, here we go. Quiet out there. All right. I've been living with an older man for 3 months. One day he was arrested by the police. They made me go with him as well. Hey, Sweet Wolf, thank you for that $10 super chat. OMG, I love you. Please say Sammy. Sammy. I did it. Brianna Navarre, $2 super chat. I love your channel and love to support you. Thank you, Brianna. Cool. All right, sorry. Interrupted my riddle. I've been living with an older man for 3 months. One day he was arrested by the police. Hey, sorry, Asila Alam. They made me go with them as well. The police showed me a menu and asked me what I wanted to eat. I had a burger and fries. I told them I wanted something cold to drink. They gave me iced tea. The police said, I think he's going away for a while. He was charged with 14 offenses. Finally, they were done talking to me. They drove me home in a police car. Everyone was crying when we got there. Sweet Wolf with the super chat again. OMG, you said my name. OMG, I'm dying. It's funny to me because I'm just a person saying words. But I'm glad it made your day. All right, so that was the riddle. If you guys can figure out what's wrong with the story or like why it's creepy, go ahead and write a comment. Let me see if you guys are right. Now at the end of the stream, I'll tell you the answer. Sorry, I'm like a little sniffly today. I don't have allergies, but I just feel very stuffy. Great. Sorry. Now I'm itchy. Mackenzie Ziegler, can you do a dare, please? I dare you to say super chat, please. Thanks, I support you, and I've been watching you for a couple of years now, maybe 3 years. Love your channel, made my day. Oh. Thank you for watching. All right, cool. You guys ready for your first story? This one comes from Julia Leandro, and it is called The Rocking Chair. Hi, my name is Julia Leandro, and I have this scary story that happened to me in 2nd grade. I was young, so of course I didn't know what death truly was. So when my grandma died, everything was a blur. Okay, she was old, and she died, coincidentally, on her favorite flower rocking chair. It was wood. Skipping a few days ahead. Sweet wolf, you keep interrupting my stories. OMG, this channel is my life. I go on it every day. Oh, yay. I'm glad you do. And I'm sorry we don't post something every day. All right, skipping a few days, I went to the funeral. After that, we were allowed to take some of her belongings. I picked some pencils, pictures, that kind of stuff. My aunt picked the rocking chair. I had a Yorkshire puppy at the time. She was so adorable, 2 weeks old. So I had to go visit my grandpa because he was really hard on himself after my grandma's death. We left my puppy at my aunt's house. We stayed there, had some barbecue. Then we got a phone call. My puppy died. Oops. My puppy died on the rocking chair. We instantly left. Now, I still don't know how crazy that coincidence is. I chose to ignore it until last night, March 20th, 2018. I woke up unnaturally at 2 a.m. and I had school yesterday. I tried to sleep and I just couldn't, so I scrolled through Instagram. My phone suddenly glitched, shut off, and the night light shut off too. I looked towards the corner. A lady was in a rocking chair with a Yorkshire puppy in her hands. I don't know what scared me most. The fact that the lady looked just like my grandma and the puppy looked like mine, or I never put that chair there. I couldn't answer the question because I blacked out. Weird. Actually, that's not the first time I've heard a story where, like, somebody dies and then, like, a dog dies very soon after. Which makes me very sad. Because they, like, it's not that their spirit, like, killed the dog, but they maybe, like, influenced them leaving sooner. I don't know. That makes me sad to think about, and I don't know anything about it. Cool. Well, thank you, Julia Leandro, for sending in your story. Move that to used stories. Perfect. And if you guys have a story of your own, go ahead and send me an email at somethingscary@snarled.com. And make sure that you write, like, a fun little subject so that I know what the story's about before I open it. What? Oh. Cool. All right. You guys ready for your next story? Oh my god, why am I so stuffy? All right. This is from Lilith from Maine. Hello, my name is Lilith and I'm from Maine. My story starts about 6 years ago when I was 10. Since I usually go to my grandparents' house for the summer to visit, it was just like any other day there. But ever since I stopped having nightmares years ago, it started to happen again, but this time more strange. Usually whenever I have nightmares, I'm always in a strange building. Oh, Sweet Wolf again with a super chat. Please follow me on Twitter, Shammy and Emotion Numbers. Okay. Where was I? Usually whenever I have nightmares, I'm always in a strange building that's been abandoned for years. But there were 2 girls in it with me this time. I just thought they were there to help me leave that place, but I was wrong. They took me into a room. Whoops. Sabine Hines, I love you and I am a witch, kind of. Oh, cool. I'm going to talk about that. Okay, so this time in the dream, there were 2 girls in it with me. I just thought that they were there to help me leave that place, but I was wrong. They took me into a room that looked like the outside, but instead it was a room full of water. They pushed and locked me in the room, and I couldn't breathe. It felt like I was really drowning, and my only thoughts were, is this how I'm going to die? But then suddenly I could breathe again, and there I saw my grandma, and she asked me, are you okay? You stopped breathing, so I got really worried and tried to wake you up. I'm okay now, Grandma, thanks to you. She said, thank goodness. Then when she left the room, I felt my face and looked to the side of me, and there was a huge pool of water right next to my face. What? So how did that water get there? Maybe there was like a leak in the roof? Sweet Wolf again. I would love to share my scary stories. Yes, if you want to, you send me an email at somethingscary@snarl.com. That's how you do it. And I will get to it when I can. I get a lot every day. Are you rich? Drowning in Stephen Trump, drowning in drool. Yeah, maybe it was drool. Oh, thanks, Red Rachel 1 2 3 4 6. Cool. All right. Thank you, Lilith from Maine, for sharing that story. Put that in used. There we go. I can say very organized when I'm reading these. All right, here we go. This one comes from Wyatt Dooley. Dear Snarled, my name is Wyatt Dooley, and I have a story to tell you. In my family, we have a scary story that we have passed around for 2 to 3 generations now. My great-grandma was like 38 at the time, and she had owned an apple orchard. She loved her apple trees. In the orchard was 2 lumps or tiny hills that looked like gravestones, and she had always felt uneasy about it every time she was around them. One night she had a dream about her orchard farm. Sweet Wolf, oh my goodness. And I am from Texas, El Paso. Save your money, Sweet Wolf. I mean, thank you for the super chats, but I'm also like, sorry. One night, she had a dream about her orchard farm, and that at like 8:30 p.m. she was walking barefoot and in her gown through her orchard and brushing her hand against the trees. She had walked over to the 2 lumps, which were now actual graves, and stood for a while. And all of a sudden, hands came up from the graves and started grabbing her legs, and then she had passed out. When she woke up in bed, her feet, gown, and sheets were muddy, and there were handprints on her legs. Whoa! That's crazy. So his great-grandma was dreaming that she was walking in the orchard, and then when she woke up there was like mud on her legs and feet, and there were also like muddy handprints on her legs. Have any of you guys experienced anything like that, where like you're dreaming something and then it like kind of happens? Because that's pretty creepy. Thank you, Wyatt Dooley, for sharing that story. Move this one to used. There we go. Oh, thank you, admin. So probably Annie. Turn it on slow mode. Yay. So I can now read the chats better. All right, guys, here is your next story. This one comes from Abby, who was 15. Because you need to know that. This is the only paranormal experience I've ever had. When I was about 6 years old, my beloved great-grandpa passed away. I had great memories of him. Whenever I'd see him, I'd sit on his knee, and he'd tell me stories about all of his tattoos. He'd show me all his pet birds, and I'd tell him cheesy jokes to make him laugh. I even remember taking his back scratcher and scratching his back for him. The point is, he loved a member of our family, and it was so hard to see him go. Being so young, I didn't understand why I'd never see my grandpa again. His funeral was very cheerful. All the young kids in my family came to the podium and shared their favorite memories of him. We all reminisced about our happy days with him. Hardly anyone was crying. But that wasn't the last time I'd see my grandpa. Sometime within the next 2 years, my sister, grandma, cousins, and I took a trip to a water resort and stayed in a hotel overnight. Call me cliche if you will, but I remember feeling something was off in the hotel. I remember refusing to be alone in a room. That night, after a long day of swimming and arcade games, we decided to go back to the hotel and try to get some sleep. That night, I had a dream that has stuck in the back of my mind since. I dreamt myself in the hotel room alone. There were 2 beds. The one at the far end of the room had a little space separating the bed from the window. I walked towards the window as if I knew what I was looking for. On the floor, in the space separating the bed from the window, was my grandfather. He wore a white nightgown and lay with his arms crossed, the same way he was in the casket at his funeral. I woke up suddenly, trying to piece together what had just happened. I looked around, observing my family, all still asleep. I turned in my bed and closed my eyes, trying to fall back asleep, but before drifting off, I looked towards the foot of my bed and saw something I almost forgot until I began typing the story. It was my grandpa. He was white and partially transparent, like a ghost. He wore the same nightgown and just stood there smiling at me. I wiped my eyes and he was gone. I sat there, shook. I love you, Grandpa, I called out, feeling my cousin toss and turn next to me. I fell back asleep and had no strange occurrences for the rest of the night. But then morning came. When everyone was putting on their swimsuits, ready to jump in the water again, I stopped my cousin, who was 3 years older than me, to ask a question. Hey, Caitlin? Yeah, she answered. Have you ever seen a ghost before? She paused before casually nodding her head. Yeah. When? I asked her. I saw Grandpa John just the other night. He was laying right there. And to my utter shock, she pointed to the spot separating the bed from the window. Whoa! So she saw the exact same thing that she did. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. Man, I'm so jealous of people that have seen ghosts. Because I've never seen one. At least I don't think I have. Well, that's the thing, like, I don't know. Like, they say that if you saw one, you would know that it was a ghost, but I don't know. Maybe I've seen one and didn't know it was one. I don't know. Here's the thing that's, like, kind of freaky, or I thought it was freaky. My friend told me that he used to know somebody who said that, like, she could see spirits, and so she would, like, just, like, avoid eye contact with everyone, because she said if a spirit saw that she was making eye contact with them, like, she could see them, they would just come right over to her and then want to, like, start talking to her. Isn't that nuts? That's crazy. Well, like, what a way to live. Just to be constantly harassed by the undead. I don't know. I think that's freaky. And I'm glad. I don't know. I'm very torn. Like, it's a weird part of me is, like, I want to be able to see and communicate with, like, the other realm because they need help, and it would be kind of cool to be, like, the ghost whisperer and, like, help them, like, you know, settle their, or figure out, you know, their, what do you call it? Their unfinished business. That's what it is. That took me too long to figure out. But yeah. Where was I going with that? I don't know. Anyways. All right. Ready for your last story? Oof, my throat is real dry. Hang on. Quick PSA. It is so important to drink water throughout the day. Katie Peck with the super chat. Who is your favorite person to work with at Snarled? I feel like I'm financially obligated to say Katie Peck. Hi, Katie. Hi, Gail, if you're watching too. Hi, Annie, if you're watching too. It's me. Sapphire won't see this. You're silly. I'm looking at it right now. Cool. All right. Last story before I give you guys the answer to the riddle. Isn't that sad? Okay. So this one comes from Jaden Moon. Oh, yes, Jaden Moon. Sorry, I was like, maybe I did that wrong. Okay. I actually really like this story a lot, and it kind of reminds me of a story that, like, one of my friends told me, which I will tell you after this. So no, this is not your last story. When my great-grandfather was alive, he collected pennies for about 90 years. He had thousands of them collected in these mason jars in a closet. When he passed away, I kept finding pennies in the strangest places everywhere. I would find them in hairbrushes, in my school supplies, even while gardening. I never thought anything about it until I turned 12, and my other cousins told me they also kept finding pennies. I visited my great-nana, and while talking to her about my great-grandfather, I brought up how I was finding pennies. She gave me a fearful look and said, "There's actually something I need to show you." She slowly got up and walked to the closet and opened it. There were all the mason jars, but some of them were empty. I asked her, starting a charity, in a sarcastic voice. She said, "No, all of your cousins are saying they are also finding pennies. I mean, don't you think it's strange?" I told her, "Well, yeah, of course." There was a sound. Just then there was a sound of a penny falling in the hallway, and the closet door slammed shut. I am now 15, and to this day, I still find pennies. And my great Nana says the jars are still slowly emptying themselves. But now everyone in my family finds them. That's crazy. So basically, the grandpa used to collect pennies, and then now that the grandpa is dead, everyone in the family is finding pennies. But it's not even that they're just finding pennies. The mason jars that the grandpa was collecting are emptying. So it's like, those are the pennies that they're finding. That's really cool. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, so like I have a friend who had an uncle who would always like put dimes everywhere, like for his family, to show, like, it was his little way of saying like, I love you, like, you know, just like kind of leave dimes around, right? And so like when he died, no, maybe it was a dime. No, it was a dime. So like when he died, his family members would all start seeing, like, finding dimes in like random places, and so she got like a circle that was the size of a dime tattooed on her wrist for her uncle, and I think that's really cool. Yeah, I really like that story a lot. Stories, cool. All right, time for your answer to the riddle. You guys ready? I don't think anybody got the answer because I didn't see it in the chat. So I'm gonna read it again. But before I do, I have to remind you guys about some stuff. If you're not a part of our Discord channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and join it. It's absolutely free, and you can talk to me and the Slay Chicks girls, Courtney and Dana, and you can talk to Rachel and Megan, who are also on there. So why are you... I just accidentally flipped you guys off. I'm so sorry. The address to the Discord is discord.gg/snarled. Also, oh, and totally almost forgot. If you look beneath the video, I'm not gonna, oh my god, I didn't shave my pits, don't look at it. If you look underneath the video, you will see a bunch of awesome Snarled merchandise, and they are all for sale. There's no limited time. There's no time limit buying them. So, yeah, go ahead and get some stuff, and leave something, like leave some feedback in the comments, like of what products you would like to see if you don't see anything there, because you know we can add new stuff all the time. So let us know what you want to buy, and we'll make it happen. We're here for you. Also subscribe to Snarled if you haven't. Like, what are you doing? Also follow Snarled on Instagram and Twitter at @WeAreSnarled. And then also feel free to follow me on my stuff. I'm at Awkward Sapphire on Instagram and Twitter. And then also I'm going to try and start doing some like drawing stuff on Twitch. So follow me over there. My name is just Sapphire Sandalo. And then I think that's it. So you guys ready for that riddle? Okay. I've been living with an older man for 3 months. One day he was arrested by the police. They made me go with them as well. The police showed me a menu and asked, oh, Christina Munoz with the super chat. Hey, want to hear something scary? I always do, Christina. They made me go with them as well. The police showed me a menu and asked me what I wanted to eat. I had a burger and fries. I can't read. I told them I wanted something cold to drink. They gave me iced tea. The police said, I think he's going away for a while. He was charged with 14 offenses. Finally, they were done talking to me. They drove me home in a police car. Everyone was crying when we got there. Can anyone figure out what is up with that? I'll give you guys a sec. Ooh, the Cool Cat 1313 with the super chat. Aha! All right, here we go. There's some correct answers. All right, so the answer to this, right? That's not even a riddle. It's just a story. So the narrator of the story is a kid who was kidnapped by the older man. So if you when this is posted later, go listen to it again and be like, oh no, that's what it is. So yeah. Anyways, all right, I had fun. I do this every week, so come join me next week, same time, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. If you guys have any ideas for what next week's the stream theme should be, go ahead, send me a message on Instagram or Twitter, send me an email at somethingscary@snarled.com, or leave some ideas in the comments below. And yeah, have a great day. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. And yes, join the Discord. The link is in the chat. And I accept every friend request I get. I promise. So come be my friend, because I have no friends. Okay, bye everybody.